Now, KAPP KVEW local news at 6.
Shots fired in Pasco. Now at 6 o'clock, more information on this morning's shooting, which wounded a police officer. The suspect in that event also shot and now in custody. I'm Madeline Hagan.
And I'm Melissa Warner. This began this morning as breaking news. The shooting actually spanned 2 locations in Pasco, and we're told the officer is now recovering.
KAPP KVEW's Riley Fitzgerald has been tracking this developing news all day and has a closer look at what happened.
Just before 6 in the morning Friday, Pasco police got a report of a reckless driver. That vehicle was found at the Circle K on Court Street and Road 32, just off of US 395.
A Pasco PD officer attempted contact with the vehicle and was shot as he approached.
According to police, the officer warned others that shots had been fired. Calls started coming in to the dispatch center that the officer had been hurt and the vehicle had driven off. All local agencies were advised to respond, and authorities across the area were there within minutes.
The suspect vehicle was located and a pursuit was initiated when the vehicle refused to stop. As the pursuit approached the area of Road 64 in Argent, responding officers advised that shots had been fired.
The original shots fired were at the Circle K on Court Street on the west side of US 395. The pursuit was less than 4 miles, ending at Road 64 and Argent. Police say it was a Benton County Sheriff's Office deputy who shot the suspect, and that ended the chase. Police say a male was arrested and then taken to a local hospital for treatment. The officer also received treatment for non-life-threatening injuries and is expected to be okay.
We do not believe there are any outstanding suspects or specific threats to the community surrounding this event.
The Special Investigations Unit that has taken over this case has confirmed with KAPP KVEW that the officer has been released from the hospital. In Pasco, Riley Fitzgerald, KAPP KVEW Local News.
And there's been no update on the condition of the suspect, though, at this time.
And we also have an update tonight on another police officer shot and wounded on the job. Everett police officer Chad House was wheeled out of the hospital. You see there the supportive cheers of other officers and co-workers nearby. Tonight he is recovering at home. Early Wednesday, police say someone shot Officer House as he responded to a robbery. Other officers shot and killed that suspect, who is accused of wounding the officer.
Tonight we're seeing some very clear drone video of an accident that blocked a regional highway earlier today. KAPP KVEW viewer Tyler sent us this personal drone video. The Washington State Patrol says a semi-truck rolled over on State Route 243 and fully blocked the roadway at milepost 3. State milepost maps indicate that's just southeast of Mattawa. There's no word yet on what exactly caused the crash or if anybody was injured.
And we have an update on the recent train derailment near Anacortes. According to the Federal Railroad Administration, a safety device meant to keep trains from tipping into the Puget Sound actually malfunctioned and knocked 2 locomotives off the tracks. A miscommunication between the train crew and the bridge tender left a derailer in operation. The derailment happened over the Swinomish Channel on March 16th. It spilled approximately 3,100 gallons of diesel fuel. The EPA says workers removed approximately 2,100 cubic yards of contaminated soil and 4,300 gallons of groundwater from the derailment scene. The agency says groundwater had fewer than 50 gallons of diesel fuel in it.
And moving to the weather, a spring surprise this afternoon in Yakima. KAPP KVEW's Emily Goodell recorded this video on Yakima Avenue just before 3:30 this afternoon. She says it was pretty steady hail and the ice pellets clicked as they fell on her windshield. Here's Jason Valentine with your First Alert forecast.
Good Friday evening, everyone, and welcome to the first weekend of spring for 2023. Hope you had a wonderful day today. And folks, a little bit of everything today, very spring-like, and we're still seeing some winds in our regions. Those are going to slow down overnight. We're going to see right around 10-mile-per-hour winds. We're going to see much calmer conditions overnight with those winds slowing down. Overnight, we're going to be right around the freezing mark, so another cool morning for you for your Saturday. But we do expect mostly sunny skies, though in the afternoon we could see a shower or two start slipping in. Now for our weekend, we're going to be well below our average by about 10 to 5 degrees. So for most of our areas, mid to upper 40s to lower 50s. So get ready for things to be pretty chilly. By the time we get to Sunday, things are going to very much settle down, and we do expect to warm up in our next work week, but still at or below our average. So no real heat spikes, or really cool spikes, on the way. Very below average temperatures for the start of spring. So folks, I'll get you ready for your weekend and our next work week in my forecast that's coming up later in the show. But for right now, I'm going to send it back to you.
Thanks, Jason. Washington state lawmakers on the House Civil Rights and Judiciary Committee voted today to advance a proposal that effectively carves a loophole in federal protections for the firearm industry. Senate Bill 5078 would make it easier for victims of violence to sue gun makers based on how their weapons are advertised. The proposal would also require gun sellers to take extra steps to make sure that their merchandise is not contributing to a public nuisance, in this case, crime. That bill will continue to advance in the legislature. The same committee debated and voted on a proposal that would create harsher punishments for people caught participating in illegal street racing and other potentially dangerous stunts. Senate Bill 5006 says if you're arrested for illegal racing, your car could be impounded for 3 days. If you're convicted of a second offense, courts could just take your car away. This bill passed, although several committee members did raise concerns about whether it will work.
With the current state of law as it is on police pursuits, we wonder how in the world will any officer be able to actually effectuate this bill?
It's almost as if this amendment would allow the police to engage in street racing with the street racers and endanger the public further.
Now, a proposal that would change the restrictions on police chases, giving officers more flexibility on when to start a chase, did pass the Senate just before a key deadline earlier this month. It's set for a House committee vote coming up next week.
The state Supreme Court says Washington's controversial capital gains tax should be allowed to stand. Washington lawmakers approved a tax in 2021 that will kick in if you make more than $250,000 in 1 year buying and selling on the stock market or by selling certain assets like art or boats. Here's the issue, though. Opponents say the money you make in a year is your income no matter where it comes from. And Washington's Constitution does not allow income taxes. The state Supreme Court ruled that the capital gains tax is an excise tax, which means it's a tax on certain activities, in this case, selling assets. The state has already begun collecting the capital gains tax. The money will go towards education. High school students from across Washington state are in Yakima this weekend to compete at the WIAA State Championships for Dance and Drill. KAPP-KVEW's Emily Goodell tells us there were 93 performances today alone.
Today is the best of the best of the best.
75 teams made up of 1,500 high school students, all there to dance their hearts out.
It's the costumes, the music, the variety. It's nonstop entertainment, and the sportsmanship it's the best of what we do.
More than 150 performances in 2 days, with students from far across the state and closer to home, like Sela.
Go Vikes!
They hear a lot that this is not a sport, but trust me, it is. When you go and you watch them and you see their 4 or 5 hour practices, you see their 12, 13 hour choreography days, you see the bruises on their legs, it's a sport, trust me. They work just as hard.
Hard work that led them to qualifying for state.
Going on the stage is really it's a surreal experience, just like being here in the first place.
The event is also a big win for Yakima, which has hosted the state championships for dance and drill since 1996.
About 5,000 people, roughly 2,600 room nights, just a little bit shy of $2 million of estimated economic impact.
But the impact on the students, priceless.
She's learned that not everybody gets a trophy. She's learned how to be on time. She's learned responsibility, dedication. It's not just all about dance.
In Yakima, Emily Goodell, KAPP-KVEW Local News.
Tickets are $13 for adults and $10 for students, seniors, and military. Tomorrow's performances will include students from the Yakima area and the Tri-Cities. Gonzaga is moving on to the Elite Eight in NCAA men's basketball tournament thanks to a thrilling last-minute win over UCLA in Las Vegas. The Zags struggled early in the game but came back strong in the second half, ultimately taking a 3-point lead in the final moments of the game that UCLA tried but failed to answer. The Bulldogs will now face the number 5 seed UConn Huskies in the Elite Eight on tomorrow at 5:50. Going to be an exciting evening.
We've got an update. It's actually not the number 5 seed. They will be facing UConn, though, so we will be watching that.
Excellent.
All right. Feeding hungry kids, not just a problem when school is in session. A generous gesture from a local business aims to ensure Kids get something to eat, even on the weekends. Plus, a trip back in time or learning more about where a local fossil was unearthed.
And the feds tell the state of Oregon to clean up water in 2 eastern counties or they'll get involved. That's ahead at 6:30. You're watching KAPP Local News. We'll be right back.
Vampires, werewolves.
Cuddle up with your favorite monsters.
They're coming! Who's coming?
Svengoolie.
This may be the biggest thing that's ever happened.
Oh, it's big, all right.
I admit he isn't a particularly good-looking specimen.
Every Saturday night on MeTV.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-150, part of F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight. All amped up and ready for work or play. Plus, there's a great selection in stock and ready for delivery today. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a Build Ford Tough truck can do for you. Get 0.9 for 60 plus 3,000 low APR cash on a 2022 F-150 XLT only at your local Ford dealer.
My relationship with Make-A-Wish began 14 years ago. We cumulatively now have a total of $1.14 million we've done for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I'm lucky to have a position that affords me the opportunity to support the community. And for me, I want the customer's buying experience to be just that. Understanding what their motivation is and also knowing that the activity they're having with me is going to have a direct reflect on what we're going to do with Make-A-Wish for the calendar year.
Find your next Mazda at McCurley Mazda and get 2.9% financing.
Back by popular demand, it's the Super 7-Day Sell-Off at Furniture Row. Shop today and save big throughout the store. Save on living, dining, and bedroom. Check out the budget-friendly Summit Firm for only $332.49. Plus, make your cash go further with 4 years no-interest financing. That's no interest until March 2027. But don't miss out. The Super 7-Day Sell-Off at Furniture Row ends Thursday the 30th.
Do you have a current vehicle loan or lease? Do you want a low financing rate? Do you want a new ride? If you've answered yes, then stop what you're doing and get to Steve Hahn today. Stuck in a loan or lease? Steve Hahn wants to get you released and into any new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV with over 500 to choose from. With zero down and as low as 1.9% financing even on used vehicles. Have a job clearing $350 per week? You're virtually approved today. SteveHahnAutoGroup.com.
What are the biggest operational challenges on your farm? Data management and displays? Navigating the John Deere Operations Center? Equipment setup and in-field adjustments? If you have precision agriculture questions, we have the Precision Ag Answers. Join RDO Equipment Company's team of experts for Precision Ag Answers, a collection of videos covering John Deere precision ag technology. Everything from quick tips to basic how-tos and in-depth tutorials.
The Beach Boys, the Demolition Derby, and the PRCA Rodeo, all part of this summer's Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days. Tickets go on sale March 31st, but KVEW is giving them away now. Click on contests at yaktrynews.com to enter.
She fulfilled his every fantasy. Because she played these games, my son died.
Was dubbed the first internet murder.
And now she wants to come clean to 2020. Is this Cherie? Yes.
2020, tonight at 9/8 Central on ABC.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back, everyone. Tonight we have a follow-up to a fossil that's puzzling local experts. Last week we introduced you to Enrique Rosas, who purchased a fossil from a man on the side of the road in Kennewick. We set out to find who he purchased this intriguing find from, and today we met Darwin Kniep, who originally dug up this potential dinosaur tooth. Meet the man who dug up a fossil that could be a dinosaur tooth.
Oh man, here we go.
That was Darwin Kniep's reaction when a friend sent him our reports on the fossil that Enrique Rosas purchased from him in Kennewick a couple weeks ago. On Friday, Kniep made his way back to the Tri-Cities and set up shop.
Rockaholics are worse than alcoholics, I guarantee it. I kid you not.
This self-proclaimed rockaholic recalls digging up unique finds on his family's property near the gorge when he was younger.
My dad bought it in '57 back in the day. We had the ranch in Idaho over there, which I don't know why we moved to the desert, you know, all sagebrush, and we developed it. And, you know, there was not very many families out there then. And, you know, we had a pile of dirt and that was about it, and sagebrush to play with, you know. I guess I was selling rocks in the first grade. I got busted that in church for that.
And now his geological habit.
Out of control. Out of control.
Kniep says he always dreamed of being a paleontologist, so he spends his time digging up his property and sharing it with the rest of the world. He's on the edge of his seat waiting to find out what Enrique's fossil truly is.
Thought maybe it looked like a tooth, but I don't have time to look at it. A lady found a fish in one here not too long ago.
If Enrique's fossil is worth anything, he'd like to get a rowing team started within a local school district. Darwin, who often donates his proceeds, says that doesn't bug him one bit.
It could be worth $10,000, but that's fine. I mean, he's got the same interest I got. It's not about the money, this project. It's the research, And, yeah, it's fun.
Darwin says it'll be a lifelong hobby and hopes to one day open a dig site to the public.
You get goosebumps on some of it. It's there's so much energy in them, like the green jasper has more energy than any crystal you can get, and it's nuts.
Darwin doesn't really have a schedule of when he visits the Tri-Cities, but you can find some of his fossils and rocks at Creation Crystals in downtown Kennewick.
Now, KAPP KVEW First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Friday evening, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful day today, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend planned. Weather is going to be nice. It's just going to be a little bit cooler than we expect for this time of year. Now, these winds, we're still seeing it in the mid-Columbia and the Blues, and even a little bit in Yakima, are going to slow down in the overnight period. We do have that cooler weekend ahead, and mountain snow looks to continue into tomorrow morning. So do take note of that. So take a look at our future cast. Still more snow in the Cascades and more snow in the lovely Blue Mountain region. We still have a little chances of those residual showers into the evening hours. Then those are going to move on, and then as we get to our overnight period, there are going to be some cells in places. So keep an eye out for maybe some slick roads tomorrow morning. Then a bit of scattered showers, very light if it does come to your area tomorrow evening. Then those will finally move on, and it looks like Sunday will be a much nicer day, maybe a little bit more sunshine than we're seeing for your Saturday. So we still have a winter weather advisory. That's until tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Now, this started yesterday late morning, so 6 to 10 inches in the upper elevations for the Blue Mountain region and 6 to 21 inches for the Cascades. That's above 2,500 feet. So if you are traveling over the pass tonight or early tomorrow morning, again, keep an eye on those conditions and restrictions at the passes. It's very important to do. So as we move along into the rest of our weekend, we are going to be seeing those cooler temperatures continue. And again, our average for the Tri-Cities is around 61 for this time of year early in the spring. We're going to be well below that, just slowly warming up and maybe just scratching right near the average as we get to Wednesday and Thursday of next week. But just do expect to see cooler temperatures this weekend across the board. Now, winds, we saw heavier winds today. Again, they were the heaviest on Thursday. Slowed down a bit today. They're going to continue to slow down, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds for Saturday and Sunday. And then as we move into our next work week, we'll see a little bit of a push, especially on Wednesday. Again, 15 to 20 mile per hour winds. So just enough to keep our air quality very nice. So we are way off our average for Yakima, even in the overnight periods. Still pleasant enough temperatures, but darn it, we just want to see a little bit of a heat streak on the way, well below 7 degrees below our average for the Tri-Cities and just a touch below for our overnight period. All right, we have our 2023 countdown, Mariners home opener. My goodness, just 6 days away. Easter is 2 weeks away from this Sunday and a little over a month away for the NFL draft right here on KAPP KVEW ABC. So as we get into our overnight period, we're going to be hovering around that freezing mark, a little above or a little bit below. But with those winds slowing down and shower activities slowing down, it should be a very calm overnight period. As we head into our Saturday, possibly some of those afternoon showers, lower 50s, upper 40s, and we're going to stay cool for our weekend into Monday. 7-day forecast, again, more sunshine than not through Monday. Could see some shower activities. We slowly warm up to around the 60-degree mark by midweek. Overnight lows mostly above the freezing mark, but still a fine weekend is on the way. Just make sure you have a sweater or a jacket on. In Yakima, lower 50s through Monday, and then we're a little warmer as we get to our next work week. So folks, the shower activity and the winds will be slowing down overnight. A much nicer Saturday. Could see just a hint of shower activity Saturday afternoon, and a good Sunday is on the way. And we're going to warm up a bit next week.
All right, thanks, Jason. Stay with us. We are talking about some weekend events to get you outdoors in that slightly cooler spring weather. That's coming up on KAPP Local News at 6.
You may be eligible for a new tax refund called the Working Families Tax Credit from the Washington State Department of Revenue. Those who qualify could get up to $1,200 back. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Oh no, you hate coming home to a dark house. You need the Bell & Howell Bionic Spotlight. The instant the motion sensor detects movement, Bionic Spotlight triggers 8 high-intensity LED lights that shower the entire area with light and then shuts off 30 seconds after it stops. Get the motion-activated Bionic Spotlight for just $19.95 with free shipping. If you order right now, you can double the offer and just pay a separate fee. 2 Bionic Spotlights backed by our 5-year warranty for one low-value price. And the shipping is free. Here's how to order.
Next, ET. Gwyneth Paltrow takes the stand in her skiing collision civil trial. We've got the latest from Park City, Utah. Plus, our Rosie O'Donnell exclusive. Next, ET.
Tonight at 7 on KAPP.
At Vapiano, we invite you to slow down, enjoy the journey. Make a reservation today. Taste wine where it's created. Sample a variety of wines from Sauvignon Blanc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, and make it a day to remember. Vapiano Estates, Walla Walla.
What would you do if you had a broken bone? You'd go to the doctor and use your insurance, right? What would you do if you had a serious problem with drugs and alcohol? Most people do nothing until it's too late. Your insurance can help you get clean and sober with the assistance of a place like the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Many times treatment is fully covered, so why not use your insurance to treat your addiction problem just like you would if you had a broken bone? And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you're allowed by law to take off time from work, and your employer doesn't need to know the reason. So there are 2 good reasons. You've got insurance you can use for your addiction problem, and with the Family Medical Leave Act, it's completely confidential. Call us right now and save a life.
800-795-1262. 800-795-1262. 800-795-1262.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find a Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Talk with your primary care provider about getting screened for colon cancer. Get more information at yaktrynews.com.
Colon cancer screenings save lives. Call Prosser Digestive Health Center at Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Welcome back, everyone. Coming up tomorrow, the March for Respect takes place at John Down Plaza in Richland. The Arc of Tri-Cities, along with the City of Richland, are 2 of the event sponsors. This is a celebration of all those who face disabilities. The entertainment starts at 11. The march begins at noon. All right, we know parts of our area are seeing hail and snow this evening, but it is spring, and here is a sign of it. The City of Yakima's Fisher Park Golf Course opened for its 2023 season today. This is a par 3 9-hole course located on 40th Avenue across from Eisenhower High School. They have specials throughout the season, including Senior Citizen Day on Mondays, Ladies' Day on Tuesdays, Men's Day on Thursdays, and Family Day after 3 p.m. on Sundays. Ken Wilkinson with the course says this is something people of all golf levels can do.
None of our holes are very, very long. It's great for beginners and even for those who have been playing a long time like me that need to work on their short game and certainly their putting.
All right, the golf course is open from 8 a.m. until dusk, and the season runs until October. We'll have a look at your weekend forecast coming up in just about 10 minutes. But for right now, you're watching KAPP Local News at 6, and we're back in just a moment.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
More Furniture is making it easy to get all of our newest spring arrivals into your home for summer entertaining during our exclusive signature-only event. Get 72 months interest-free financing with no money down and only your signature. Spring arrivals are in stock and ready for delivery, just in time for the refresh you need. So why not get all the looks you love with only your signature? and takes 72 months to pay. Visit morefurniture.com to fill your shopping cart or chat online with a design specialist today.
Floor scuffs, tears, and nasty scratches. Forget them for good with Ruby Sliders, the chair leg covers that stretch to fit most chairs and make floor marks a thing of the past. Slide it here, slide it there, slide it anywhere. Just slip them on and keep your floors looking like new. They fit any size or shape furniture leg and glide effortlessly. Forget flimsy felt pads and caps that don't fit. Just stretch it on and slide it. Call or click now to get Ruby Sliders for as low as 99 cents with free shipping.
Hit the ground running in the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport, or the Ridgeline, made more rugged with better off-road performance, and more capable with different driving modes available to conquer snow, mud, and sand. Adventure on in the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
When it comes to supplying the farm, come to Northwest Farm Supply. Your hometown store has a wide selection of everything egg-related. Plus, we're the largest Purina dealer in Hermiston. Products you trust from people who care. Northwest Farm Supply in Prosser, Hermiston, and Othello.
Next Extra, Succession's final 7 episodes. Full of surprises.
It's going to be a hell of a ride.
The cast drops clues about what's coming, possible spin-offs, and why Brian Cox is completely ready to say goodbye to Logan Roy. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on KAPP.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, stunning smiles for the whole family.
We begin with breaking news tonight.
Now, getting the Yak Tri News app is easier than ever. Use your phone to scan the QR code on screen right now and follow the directions, and you'll have KVEW Local News 24/7. The Yak Tri News mobile app from KVEW Local News.
Shark Tank is casting for season 15.
You have something magical happening.
I'm gonna rise. Apply now for your chance to swim with the sharks.
What?
Love this.
I'm gonna make you filthy rich.
Shark Tank, Fridays on ABC.
At the Blue Mountain Station in Dayton, Washington, we invest in community. Our partners include Sweet Cheeks Bake Shop, Cedar Rain Spirits, Onyx Farms, Ray's Roast, Red Band Cellars, Bard and Bead Meadery, and the Co-op and Commercial Kitchen. We invite you to explore Dayton today.
It's the Mega RV Spring Fling event this Thursday through Sunday only at the Hapo Center. Save big with special show pricing on motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and more. All of your favorite brands under one roof. Tiffin, Newmar, Rockwood, Grand Design, and more. Hundreds of new and used RVs to choose from. Get ready for spring adventures now. Don't miss the Mega RV Spring Fling event Thursday through Sunday at the Hapo Center on Burton Boulevard.
Welcome back, everyone. Corwin Ford Tri-City says it is dedicated to helping fight food insecurity in our area. And today they took a big step in making sure kids at a Pasco school don't go hungry. Corwin committed to a 3-year financial donation totaling almost $11,000 to Captain Gray STEM Elementary. Captain Gray provides weekend meals to about 20 students, which is nearly 3,000 meals per school year. This donation is huge for the school's Bite to Go program, which is run by Second Harvest and has been helping children not just at Captain Gray, but across the Tri-Cities.
So we have a program here with easy-to-open meals that are non-perishable for students to eat on the weekends. We provide 4 meals per weekend per child in the home. So whether they come to Captain Gray or not, we provide food for every child in the home to ensure that they get at least a breakfast and lunch Saturdays and Sundays.
The program has been in order for about 6 years. Organizers say Eastlake Church also contributes greatly to their program by going to Second Harvest and picking up meals needed for the students.
Always love to see that kind of community interaction.
Most definitely,
happening.
and hunger, it just is getting worse as inflation rises, so the need is definitely there.
Well, still ahead, she's the talk of the barn. A cow who likes to pretend she's asleep, and her story is now stampeding across the internet.
Plus, an attempted theft leaves serious damage at a Western Washington store. What the crooks may have been after, but had to leave behind.
Plus, the idea to help law officers easily identify drivers with autism. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
Now, KVEW Local News at 6:30.
A And recapping our top story tonight, a Pasco police officer is recovering after being shot early this morning at Circle K on Court Street, just off 395 in Pasco. Police tell us they responded to a report of reckless driving. When they got there, an officer walked up to the suspect car and got shot. Police say the driver took off, but officers tracked the car down nearby.
The suspect vehicle was located and a pursuit was initiated when the vehicle refused to stop. As the pursuit approached the area of Road 64 in Argent, responding officers advised that shots had been fired. A Benton County deputy was involved in a shooting that resulted at the end of the pursuit.
Now, that suspected shooter was taken into custody and treated at a local hospital. Police say the officer is expected to survive, is actually out of the hospital already, according to the Special Investigations Unit.
We begin this half hour with video that illustrates part of the crisis at the southern border. The U.S. Border Patrol released this video. The agency says shows a smuggler abandon a 1-year-old child. The Border Patrol says the smuggler took the Guatemalan child and went around a border barrier by swimming along the Colorado River. After the suspected smuggler leaves the child, a white Border Patrol truck pulls up and the agent puts the child inside. Customs and Border Protection says the child has been identified and will be placed in the care of Human and Health Services Office of Refugee Settlement. Now to a focus on the country's northern border. President Biden visited Canada today and announced a joint plan with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to tighten border controls.
Now, this new policy will specifically impact people traveling through the United States to Canada illegally and then claiming asylum there. ABC's Lindsay Watts has an in-depth look at this change.
President Biden in Ottawa for his first presidential visit to Canada.
It's an honor to be here. We have a lot to talk about.
Topics on the table for Biden and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau include upgrades to NORAD in light of the Chinese spy balloon that entered both countries, the war in Ukraine, and migration. Biden and Trudeau announcing they've struck a new agreement that will close a loophole in existing rules on asylum seekers.
The United States and Canada will work together to discourage unlawful border crossings and fully implement the updated Safe Third Country Agreement.
The deal allows Canada to send more people seeking asylum back to the U.S. Currently, if someone crosses from America into Canada seeking asylum, Canada can send that person back to the U.S., but only if the person crosses at an official port of entry. The same rules apply for those crossing from Canada into the U.S. The problem for Canada, more and more people have been entering the country from unofficial crossings, primarily this rural road in New York State that connects with Quebec. 40,000 people crossed at these unofficial places last year, a major spike. The hope is the new deal will cut that down. Canada has long been pushing for the change. In return, the country will allow 15,000 more people to legally migrate to Canada, including those fleeing violence in South and Central America. This new agreement is taking effect almost immediately at 12:01 a.m. Saturday. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
Now, officials told the Associated Press this policy is taking effect very quickly to try and avoid a surge of people trying to cross illegally at the last minute. But local officials said that sudden change also left them struggling to come up with a system to make sure that everyone has the services they need.
Now at 6:30, the EPA now requests the state of Oregon remove contamination in groundwater from 2 eastern counties. According to the state of Oregon, groundwater in Morrow and Umatilla counties has shown high levels of nitrate contamination. It can come from septic systems, animal feedlots, and industrial waste. That's according to the CDC. There's also other sources. The EPA wants the state to conduct more testing. The Oregon Health Authority will offer vouchers to cover private well tests in both counties. And according to the EPA, nitrate levels higher than 10 milligrams per liter can pose health risks.
All right, now let's talk weather. We're taking a live look outside. Sunshine here in the Tri-Cities, but we're seeing actually a lot of variation across our area.
And we're taking a look at the Skywatch radar this evening. You can see a system moving into the Dayton area. Alyssa, you said your mother's seeing snowfall in that part of the state.
Yeah, anytime you get up into a little bit into the elevation on both sides of our area, you're seeing rain and snow as the temperatures are kind of just hovering around freezing in parts of our area. Jason Valentine has a look at what to expect for the rest of this evening.
Good Friday evening, everyone, and welcome to the first weekend of spring for 2023. Hope you had a wonderful day today. And folks, a little bit of everything today, very spring-like, and we're still seeing some winds in our regions. Those are going to slow down overnight. We're going to see right around 10-mile-per-hour winds. We're going to see much calmer conditions overnight with those winds slowing down. Overnight, we're going to be right around the freezing mark, so another cool morning for you for your Saturday. But we do expect mostly sunny skies, though in the afternoon we could see a shower or two start slipping in. Now for our weekend, we're going to be well below our average by about 10 to 5 degrees. So for most of our areas, mid to upper 40s to lower 50s. So get ready for things to be pretty chilly. By the time we get to Sunday, things are going to very much settle down, and we do expect to warm up in our next work week, but still at or below our average. So no real heat spikes or really cool spikes on the way. Very below average temperatures for the start of spring. So folks, I'll get you ready for your weekend and our next work week in my forecast. That's coming up later in the show. But for right now, I'm going to send it back to you.
Thanks, Jason. And new tonight at 6:30, check out this giant hole in the side of a building. 2 people allegedly tried to steal an ATM from a cannabis shop in Everett. The only problem, they couldn't get the trunk of the car open. After a few moments, police say they gave up and left. Investigators say officers saw the vehicle leaving but couldn't pursue them and then lost sight of the vehicle. New figures nationally show more children in the United States receiving an autism diagnosis. This comes as one state is considering a way for people with autism to mark their vehicles on the road, so law enforcement has a heads up. ABC's Andrea Fujii explains.
Controversy over special decals for drivers with autism meant to help keep them safe. A bill proposed in Rhode Island would allow drivers on the autism spectrum to add the word autism to their license or their vehicle's license plate. The decals would be optional. The goal is to ensure a driver with autism is not deemed a threat if they're stopped by police. A nonverbal teen with autism testified in support of the bill.
The goal is to avoid misunderstandings between the officer and the driver.
But some people with autism oppose the idea, one critic saying it is literally labeling us and putting us into a box rather than uplifting and supporting us. Others support the bill's intention but say it goes too far.
If there's a subtle way to say there's somebody who has a different communication style, there's somebody who has specific medical needs, there's somebody who is medically fragile in the car, that is important information for them to have. But how do we do it discreetly so it's not screaming out to the whole world?
New figures out this week show the number of children with autism is rising. The CDC recently studied 8-year-olds across the country and found 1 in 36 of those children, or nearly 3%, was diagnosed with an autism spectrum disorder. Experts say the increase doesn't necessarily mean autism itself is a bigger problem. They say the increase is likely due to more children getting screened.
Now, those vehicle alerts are actually a growing trend across the country. Here in our area, though, it is Autism Awareness Night for the Tri-City Americans. They'll be wearing special sweaters that'll be auctioned online. The puck drops at 7:05 at the Toyota Center in Kennewick.
All right. We all know the feeling. The alarm goes off and you pretend to be asleep. It turns out this behavior also happens in the animal kingdom. Coming up, meet a bluffing bovine whose story has gone viral.
And a yarn about threading the needle, literally, the local event for fans of quilting.
And the weekend is here, but don't make any plans until you see Jason's first alert forecast. That's next on KAPP Local News at 6:30.
Springtime in the awesome Palouse. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
American Idol, new Sundays on ABC.
Watch Sunday at 8 on ABC and KVEW. Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center in Benton City.
We so amazing.
The stylish Chevy Equinox RS. And Chevy Blazer RS.
So captivating.
You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer. The RS family of Chevy SUVs. Definitely worth a follow. Get 2.9% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Equinox models, or get $1,000 cash allowance on all 2023 Equinox models. find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business.
We took it from 2.5 acres. Now have the big buildings and 22 acres.
I'm very passionate about helping families get into an RV that they can go make memories and
be excited about going anywhere. It's just a beautiful lifestyle for them.
At home, you have the distractions and you don't get the same interaction as a family, so I really enjoyed that aspect of what we do here.
At Broadmoor RV,
do you have a current vehicle loan or lease? Do you want a low financing rate? Do you want a new ride? If you've answered yes, then stop what you're doing and get to Steve Hahn today. Stuck in a loan or lease? Steve Hahn wants to get you released and into any new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV with over 500 to choose from. With 0 down and as low as 1.9% financing even on used vehicles. Have a job clearing $350 per week? You're virtually approved today. SteveHahnAutoGroup.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
During our spring tire sale, we watch out for your wallet too. Save up to $175 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires.
What are the biggest operational challenges on your farm? Data management and displays? Navigating the John Deere Operations Center? Equipment setup and in-field adjustments? If you have precision agriculture questions, we have the Precision Ag Answers. Join RDO Equipment Company's team of experts for Precision Ag Answers, a collection of videos covering John Deere precision ag technology. Everything from quick tips to basic how-tos and in-depth tutorials.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Well, if you have an appreciation for creativity and an affinity for all things cozy, you may want to stop by the 2023 Quilt Show at Merchant Mall at the Three Rivers Convention Center.
The show takes place from 10 a.m. or took place from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. today and tomorrow from 10 to 5. In this week's edition of Art Beat, KAPP KVEW's Jill Sperling spoke with the show's chairperson, who tells us this show is a way to celebrate the work of quilters throughout the community.
It takes patience, precision, and passion to be a quilter.
Oh, well, not bad.
Laurel Sutton's vibrant quilts are among the hundreds on display at the Three Rivers Convention Center this weekend.
More than 400 registered this year, which does not count any quilts that will be displayed by our merchants.
The Tri-City Quilters Guild is hosting its 39th annual quilt show, but it's not just their handiwork that will be on display.
I think about 1/5 of our quilts do not belong to guild members. They're entered by members of the community. So this is part of our mission, just to throw this annual party as a gift to the community and let everybody see what all kinds of quilters are doing.
The theme this year is Take Flight.
There will be a whole section of frames full of theme quilts, and they'll have airplanes and birds and bugs and dandelions. The Bee at White Bluffs is a friendship group of the Guild, and last summer we each made a bee.
A collaborative quilt, just one example of how social quilting can be.
It is, indeed. Not that we're doing the quilt on the frame and taking the hand stitches anymore, but it is. We like to talk about what we're doing.
And the Quilters Guild would love to share a bit of their passion with the community at the show this weekend.
And for those who have already caught the quilting bug, fabrics and tools will be available for purchase at the show. You'll also be able to get your scissors sharpened, which Sutton tells us is a big deal for quilters. The cost to attend is $10.
I can confirm on the scissors there. And making a difference in our community today is Give Back Day at Washington and Oregon Dutch Bros locations. Dutch Bros is taking $1 from each drink sold. They're donating it to the Make-A-Wish Foundation to supply wishes for local children. This morning, in honor of the Give Back Day, a Richland Dutch Bros brought in a Make-A-Wish ambassador. That's a local teen whose brother is a Make-A-Wish recipient.
My little brother, he had cancer, and he got a Make-A-Wish
trip for him. And so it's just like something that's like close to me, and I want to say thank you. A lot of them want to give back to the people that gave to them, so like you can't sit through a meeting and not like tear up about the heart. Like they're going through something hard, but all they think about is the nurses that have been caring for them, and they want to give back.
The money raised locally will be used to grant as many wishes as possible for more than 30 kids in the Tri-Cities and surrounding areas. This is only happening today, and local Dutch Bros close at 11 p.m.
Now, KAPP KVEW First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Friday evening, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful day today, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend planned. Weather is going to be nice. It's just going to be a little bit cooler than we expect for this time of year. Now, these winds, we're still seeing it in the Mid-Columbia and the Blues, and even a little bit in Yakima, are going to slow down in the overnight period. We do have that cooler weekend ahead, and mountain snow looks to continue into tomorrow morning. So do take note of that. So take a look at our futurecast. Still more snow in the Cascades and more snow in the lovely Blue Mountain region. We still have a little chances of those residual showers into the evening hours. Then those are going to move on, and then as we get to our overnight period, there are going to be some cells in places. So keep an eye out for maybe some slick roads tomorrow morning. Then a bit of scattered showers, very light if it does come to your area tomorrow evening. Then those will finally move on, and it looks like Sunday will be a much nicer day, maybe a little bit more sunshine than we're seeing for your Saturday. So we still have a winter weather advisory. That's until tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Now, this started yesterday late morning, so 6 to 10 inches in the upper elevations for the Blue Mountain region and 6 to 21 inches for the Cascades. That's above 2,500 feet. So if you are traveling over the pass tonight or early tomorrow morning, again, keep an eye on those conditions and restrictions at the passes. It's very important to do. So as we move along into the rest of our weekend, we are going to be seeing those cooler temperatures continue. And again, our average for the Tri-Cities is around 61 for this time of year early in the spring. We're going to be well below that, just slowly warming up and maybe just scratching right near the average as we get to Wednesday and Thursday of next week. But just do expect to see cooler temperatures this weekend across the board. Now, winds, we saw heavier winds today. Again, they were the heaviest on Thursday. Slowed down a bit today. They're going to continue to slow down, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds for Saturday and Sunday. And then as we move into our next work week, we'll see a little bit of a push, especially on Wednesday. Again, 15 to 20 mile per hour winds. So just enough to keep our air quality very nice. So we are way off our average for Yakima, even in the overnight periods. Still pleasant enough temperatures, but darn it, we just want to see a little bit of a heat streak on the way, well below 7 degrees below our average for the Tri-Cities and just a touch below for our overnight period. All right, we have our 2023 countdown, Mariners home opener. My goodness, just 6 days away. Easter is 2 weeks away from this Sunday and a little over a month away for the NFL draft right here on KAPP KVEW ABC. So as we get into our overnight period, we're going to be hovering around that freezing mark, a little above or a little bit below. But with those winds slowing down and shower activities slowing down, it should be a very calm overnight period. As we head into our Saturday, possibly some of those afternoon showers, lower 50s, upper 40s, and we're going to stay cool for our weekend into Monday. 7-day forecast, again, more sunshine than not through Monday. Could see some shower activities. We slowly warm up to around the 60-degree mark by midweek. Overnight lows mostly above the freezing mark, but still a fine weekend is on the way. Just make sure you have a sweater or a jacket on. In Yakima, lower 50s through Monday, and then we're a little warmer as we get to our next work week. So folks, the shower activity and the winds will be slowing down overnight. A much nicer Saturday. Could see just a hint of shower activity Saturday afternoon, and a good Sunday is on the way. And we're going to warm up a bit next week.
Thanks, Jason. Well, you mentioned the snow. Take a look at this. We've seen reports of hail in Dayton. This is hail in Yakima, excuse me. This is snow in Dayton from just a few minutes ago. Please be careful if you're out there on the roads. And anytime you see something like this, of course, you can send us a picture. We love to see them. You can email us at news@kappkvu.com.
Especially that weather. We'll be right back after the break.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Nice.
Sweet.
Go big or go home.
What'd you say?
What's up? Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at toyota.com.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hospital bills are often a surprise, and not the good kind. But you may also be surprised to learn that you can get 50, 75, or even 100% off those bills. Thanks to a new law, there's a good chance you're one of the 4 million Washingtonians who qualify. Whether or not you have health insurance, the law requires hospitals provide the care you need at an affordable cost. So ask your hospital or visit affordablehospital.wa.gov to see if you're eligible.
We know vaccines, immunizations, and boosters save lives. They nearly eradicated polio, protected our infants from chickenpox and measles, and kept our kids safe from whooping cough and meningitis. The best way to keep your family safe from these viruses is to stay informed about when to get vaccinated. If you have questions about vaccinations, like COVID-19 or the flu, talk with your healthcare provider today. Learn more at askyourprovider.org.
When do you feel at home? In the solitude of a quiet drive? When you're dancing to your favorite song? Or wherever you have a shoulder to cry on? For decades, we've called this community home and dedicated ourselves to helping those in it so that no matter where you go, you'll feel at home.
Find your way home in a new Subaru from McCurley Subaru.
There's a new tax refund called the Working Families Tax Credit from the Washington State Department of Revenue. Those who qualify could get up to $1,200 back. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Next, ET. Gwyneth Paltrow takes the stand in her skiing collision civil trial. We've got the latest from Park City, Utah. Plus, our Rosie O'Donnell exclusive. Next, ET.
Tonight at 7 on KAPP.
It's the Mega RV Spring Fling event this Thursday through Sunday only at the Hapo Center. Save big with special show pricing on motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and more. All of your favorite brands under one roof. Tiffin, Newmar, Rockwood, Grand Design, and more. Hundreds of new and used RVs to choose from. Get ready for spring adventures now. Don't miss the Mega RV Spring Fling event Thursday through Sunday at the Hapo Center on Burton Boulevard.
The Seattle Sea Dragons battle Orlando Saturday morning at 10 on KVEW.
Well, trending tonight, a cow caught on camera all but saying just 5 more minutes.
Oh, we've all been there. Talk about relatable. Jeannie Mose reports the farmer who owns Doris the dairy cow was not buying it.
Do you hate getting up in the morning? So does Doris. All the cows at Reed's farm on the Isle of Wight in England got up and left for milking.
Except for Doris. Doris is actually pretending to be asleep.
And for faking sleep, Doris has gone viral. People relate. "I am Doris" was a typical comment.
Oh, Doris has got a fantastic personality. She is definitely more person than cow.
She's one of John Brody's favorites.
You're a mischief maker. Can you leave my coffee alone, please?
When Doris pretended to be asleep, John called her out.
Doris, come on. I see your ears moving. Come on, I can see your eye. Yeah.
How'd he know she was faking?
Around 30 seconds beforehand, she had her head up and was looking straight at me. She put her head back down, thinking that she was going to get away with it, just to push her luck, be cheeky.
Now Doris has fans online. I think I found my spirit animal. Leave Doris alone. But Doris doesn't leave John alone. And why was she licking the back of your head?
Grooming. She's grooming me. It means, as far as I'm concerned, she accepts me as a member of the herd.
She grooms him. He grooms her.
This is all over your face.
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Well, that is one cute cow. I just love cows.
Cute, but you might be feeling that urge to stay under the covers this weekend.
Absolutely.
It's going to be chilly. We're taking one final look at your forecast next.
McCafe iced coffee is the perfect reward for those mornings that deserve a reward. Get a medium iced coffee, any flavor, for just $2. Take a treat retreat, available all day at McDonald's.
Hit the ground running in the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport, or the Ridgeline, made more rugged with better off-road performance, and more capable with different driving modes available to conquer snow, mud, and sand. Adventure on in the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
What's better than all 3 American Idol judges live on GMA? Well, how about Ryan, too?
Good morning, America!
The Idol judges and Ryan live. Plus, shark Barbara Corcoran answers your real estate questions. And Brooke Shields live next week on GMA.
Get ready to go to bed with friends.
I'm down with that. Something exploding!
Before turning out the lights, go to bed with friends tonight at 11:05 on KAPP.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system and thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
It's here. It's now. The Grand National RV Show. R&R RV North Spokane is hosting the Grand National RV Show March 23rd through April 1st. Shop over 120 RVs inside the West Coast's largest indoor showroom. Motorhomes, camper vans, fifth wheels, and trailers. The time to buy is now. The Grand National RV Show. March 23rd through April 1st. Indoors at R&R RV North Spokane. Special show pricing, giveaways, and food vendors on site. Visit rnrrv.com for more info.
The journey home can look a little different to everyone. That's why our expert technicians are here to make sure that wherever you feel at home, whether it's when you're hard at work, surrounded by loved ones, or cheering them on from the sidelines, you get there. Because we know a vehicle is really more than a vehicle. It's your way home.
Find your next Subaru at McCurley Subaru and get 3.9% financing.
Would you look at that?
It's beautiful. Wow. That's our boy.
So proud.
There's no better morning than a buy one, get one for $1 morning at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Springtime in the awesome Palouse. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
All right, folks, let's get you ready for your Saturday. Our first weekend of spring, we're going to see highs lower 50s, mid to upper 40s. And again, we're going to see some sunshine. Again, a little bit of shower activity is possible in our afternoon. Winds will be around 10 miles per hour. In the Yakima area, upper 40s, lower 50s. Again, looks like most of our sunshine will be at the noon hour. Walla Walla, which has received most of the rainfall this week, is going to see it again. Still nothing sustained, just some quick showers here and there in the afternoon and early evening. And for Ellensburg, we're quite chilly. We're in the mid 40s, still some sunshine to be had. So folks, hope you have a wonderful first weekend of spring.
Alrighty, it's going to be an interesting weekend for many of our areas, Alyssa. A lot of varied weather that's happening this weekend.
Yeah, we're watching some snow on the radar,
Yes.
but here in the Tri-Cities, it is golden hour. We're just seeing beautiful sunshine, a little bit of clouds. Love to see it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching. KAPP KVEW Local News is back tonight at 11 o'clock.